another episode of the Power Transformation Podcast. And this is a solo episode. I like to do this every now and then. And first, I want to welcome those of you who may be new to the Power Transformation Podcast. I am your host, Alethea Felton. And while I interview so many amazing guests, there are times when I want to reconnect with my audience and having them to hear my voice. And so if you're new, welcome. For all of you who have been with me since the beginning, thank you. So much has been going on in my world, in my life, and I know that the same has been for you. Mainly right now is that I am building so much more behind the scenes that will be coming down the pike. But I want to speak directly to all of you because it is July. It is July, and I want to speak to the part of you that's been doing what you have to do, but not always necessarily what your soul actually needs. Okay, I've been doing a lot, as I said, building things behind the scenes, and I'm going to make some announcements soon as well. But I think we've all been at times in our life where you know this feeling of where you're pushing through, you're handling your responsibilities, you're doing what you need to do, but something feels off. Maybe self-doubt has been creeping in. Maybe you're wondering how to keep going when the challenges just keep coming. Maybe you're just tired of simply surviving and you are ready to truly thrive. And we've crossed into a new month, and not simply another date on the calendar, but a real threshold, a time in your life where you get to choose what is next for your life, because half of the year is over and you do not owe July the same version of you that you had in June, May, April, March, February, or January. And in fact, you don't have to carry the weight of perhaps things that were heavy in those prior months. You don't have to ignore yourself in terms of what you actually need anymore. And see, what the Power Transformation Podcast has taught me is that with the guests that I've interviewed, they show that them being resilient or navigating pivots or challenges or obstacles in their life, it's not about falling down, but it is how you choose. And these guests have chosen to move forward, to dust themselves off and move forward regardless of what's happening in life. And I want to encourage you that you too can transform all of your setbacks into stepping stones and your obstacles into opportunities and your pain into purpose. Being resilient is far more than bouncing back. It is intentional, it is strategic, and it is unapologetic. And perhaps June asks you for a lot. Maybe June stretched your faith. It shifted your focus. June could have taken a lot of your energy, and it could have brought even unexpected challenges. Maybe you had a career change, a family crisis, a relationship shift, a health scare. And June could have been absolutely glorious for you as well. But either way, June taught you something a bit more about yourself and your strength. So in this month, as a part of your own personal power transformation, this can be where you no longer run on empty and you live with overflow again. And maybe you weren't on empty, but you are needing more in your life. July is the perfect time to do that. And it is not because life is necessarily perfect, but it is because of consistent progression in your life. It's about taking whatever comes your way and transforming it into something advantageous for you. Every single guest that I've encountered on this show has had to make this choice. They've either let life happen to them or happen through them. They have let their challenges define them, or let their response to those challenges refine them. So let July be something very personal for you. Let it be a month of reclamation, of reclaiming your boldness, reclaiming your boundaries, reclaiming your peace of mind, and simply breathing. And see, boldness, let me go on that. Boldness at times is the courage to start over. Boldness gives you the strength to say, look, it's okay if I did something different then. This is the now. And boldness also includes having the wisdom to know when to be bold. Reflect on your life. You have overcome things that could have broken you down to your core. But now is the time to not only live through the things in your life, but to become something deeper and far greater through them. And so this is what transformation looks like. Y'all, transformation is not always immediately visible to others. And transformation, sometimes it's choosing hope when everything looks hopeless. And sometimes it's believing in your comeback when you're still in the middle of your setback. So whether you are in a season of rebuilding, rediscovering, you're not alone. This podcast, the Power Transformation Podcast, was created for you who understand that your greatest struggles can become your greatest strengths. For everyone who has built something from nothing. For everyone who's navigated impossible situations. For everyone who's overcome extraordinary challenges, you all had to make this choice. Transform or just survive. So keep in mind that let July be the time where you meet the you that you have been longing for, the you that you deserve. Because your transformation allows you to live powerfully, and your setbacks aren't your story's end, because resilience is about bouncing forward, and your comeback is your beginning. I believe in your ability and your power to transform, and I will be right here along the way sharing the stories, the strategies, the techniques, and hearing from incredible guests on how to turn whatever you're facing into fuel for who you are becoming. I love y'all. Thank you for tuning in to this episode of the Power Transformation Podcast. If you enjoyed this episode, be sure to follow or subscribe, leave a 5-star rating, and write a review. It helps us inspire even more listeners. And don't keep it to yourself. Share it with someone who could use a little power in their transformation. Until next time, keep bouncing back, keep rising, and be good to yourself and to others.